Come on, tell me we're live. Are we live? There we go. You are live. We're live. We're live. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated that you're turning up and paying attention to what we've got to show you today. If you can hear me, please confirm that you can hear me by typing something in the chat. The chat should be over on the right, labeled chat, and there should be an option down the bottom to say something in the chat. Let me say in here. Hopefully you'll see me having said something. So if you can hear me and see me down in the bottom right hand corner, please just type a 1 in chat and say hello, and feel free to tell me where you're from. Let me know who's here, who's in the house today. We're just going to give it another moment or two for stragglers to turn up because, wow, it's a Wednesday, it's hump day. Not everybody's on time.
What do you mean by hump day? And I've heard thingy call it hump day hangouts. What does that mean?
Hump day, it's because it's halfway through the week. So once you're past Wednesday, you're through the hump of the week. Hence hump day.
I've never understood the saying. I've just heard people say it and never asked before. So I thought, why not?
Think about sort of going up a hill and reaching the top and over the hump and back down the other side. Hump day, middle of the week.
Ah, that's what Bradley Benner and that. They have hump day hangouts. Have you heard it? That they do for their SEO community. That was where I've heard it, and I thought I never knew what it meant.
There we go. Yeah, we're getting some ones in. Marlene from South Africa. Thank you for turning up from South Africa. I have no idea what time of the day it is there. It's 5 p.m. here in the UK, noon in the US. So Marlene can definitely hear me. Anybody else? Type in 1 in the chat to let me know that you can hear me. Let me know where you're from. And yeah, we'll be talking about more than just hump day and how to get over the week. 7 p.m. in South Africa. There we go. All right, we've got more people piling in. Excellent. Right, well, we might as well push on. I am hopefully recording this to make sure I've got a copy of it for anybody who misses it, but that's if the technology goes right. So today's training, I've been really looking forward to getting hold of Mike and doing this training with you because I do local agency stuff. I have my own local agency, and local business is one of those things that is picking up, and there's more and more work there if you have money to be made, if you have the right tools. But a lot of people look at it and they get scared about, how do I actually offer a decent service to a local business and have a good reputation and be able to provide a good service? Well, that's what this is about. One of the simplest services that there is to provide is what we're going to cover today, and how to do it in such a way that people will always be happy with you. Now, I've got Mike Martin on today. Mike's a self-made entrepreneur who's built a local service business from zero to over $100,000 a month in under 2 years. Without any outside funding or any hype or complicated systems. He keeps it really simple. He takes difficult things and narrows them down to what actually needs to be done and how it needs to work, and gets that built into a system. He's also the author of 11 business books on sales, persuasion, and building real world companies. I've read most of those books. They're really good. And he's a highly sought after business coach and mentor to business owners all over the world. He literally does business coaching for real world businesses. So he's not some online guru who just talks about it. He does this in his own business. So he knows what he's talking about, and these systems work. So in the local marketing space, Mike is widely known for simplifying complex ideas, as I said, and turning them into practical, repeatable businesses that normal people can run without having to be a tech guru. Everything you're about to see comes from real world execution, not theory, not trends, and not guesswork. I'm actually using this myself, and I can't share the results because I forgot to ask the client that I have using this. I've only been using it a short while, but that person is already getting the results from this. I just can't mention it here because I forgot to ask for permission. My bad. So with all that said, please make sure you've switched off any distractions. Please make sure you've got a text pad open or pen and paper if you want to take some notes. Let's get Mike on. Please welcome Mike, one of the most respected voices in local business and marketing. Mike, all yours. Take it over. Show us what you've got. And
thank you very much, Matt, for that awesome introduction. So I've got 3 screens. I don't know if everyone can see where I am, but I've got the YouTube comments over here. I've got the Webinar Jam comments over here, and I can see Matt's face there. So if I'm looking around while I'm talking to you guys, it's because I'm finding where people are chatting to me and talking to me from different places. So, I mean, just before we get started, if somebody can just give me a couple of ones or yeses in the box just to let me know you can hear me okay. I'm looking at the Webinar Jam crowd here. So yes, 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 yes. Right, we're getting yeses over on YouTube. From the Webinar Jam crowd, can you guys hear me okay? Come on. Get me a 1 up there. We've got a lazy crowd on this side. Let's see if the right hand, this is my right hand, can beat the left hand tonight rather than the other way around. Andy, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that. So, like Matt said, I've been working online for over 17 years full-time now, I think it is about. I started in trade. So when I first started out, I was a locksmith. I used to break into houses, cars, and get paid for it and not go to prison. So it was a pretty good job. I got that to about 100 grand a month within the first 2 years. And then I quit it. So I quit and I gave that business away to my brother and sister. Went into SEO paid ads, built a software company, wrote 11 business books, and lots of other things online. So I haven't actually worked a normal job over the last 20 years. And recently, very, very recently, because I love technology, I managed to replace nearly all of my staff with AI automation. It's sad and it's not sad at the same time because you've got to do it to stay current and up to date. And I can honestly say what I'm going to show you on here today is the easiest, most profitable business I've seen in all of that time. And it can be done by anyone. So today I'm going to show you something that doesn't require a website, ads, or technical skills to be successful with. It's built on something local businesses already understand, trust, and will pay for. It gets results fast. It's simple to deliver, let's say, easy to sell, can be done in any location, can be done in any industry, and works no matter where you're starting from. This isn't just for one type of business. It works if you already run an agency. It works if you own a local business. It works if you're starting from zero. And it works if you want a side hustle or to grow a real world business. Okay. Oops, we just lost my camera. Sorry about that, guys. There's no skills needed whatsoever to make this work. So today I'm going to show you 100% of what you need to know to make this work. You won't need anything else, only the ability to follow steps. So there's no SEO, there's no online marketing, no email list needed, no prior experience whatsoever, okay? If today is your first attempt, okay, of building your own business online, then it's not fair, all right? And the reason it's not fair is because most people try to do this, spend years failing before they find something that actually works for them. Some people spend decades, okay, or at least a decade failing before they make any money online. You've just pretty much hit the bullseye in your very first attempt, okay? We've got people doing this within a matter of weeks, seeing ridiculous results. And I'll show you some of that later, okay? So most local businesses, they've already tried SEO and got bored waiting for results. 2, 3, 4 months in, and they basically sick of paying for nothing. They quit and suggest SEO doesn't work, okay? Then they try paid ads and they hate paying for every single click, even when that doesn't convert. What they actually want is something simple that works fast, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. It's to do with Google business profiles, okay? And they enable you to get businesses results really, really fast, okay? Without any prior experience, and those businesses are more than happy to pay for something that actually works, something that actually has the power to give them the true organic top position on Google. So by the end of today, you'll know how to find 11 ideal prospects with every single Google search you make. Okay, so that's 11 prospects with every search you make online. You'll know how to rank Google business profiles for those prospects. You'll know how to get visible results quickly, not months later. You'll know how to deliver this properly without guesswork. And you'll be able to charge between $200 and $2,000 per month per client with confidence. And you'll see how this becomes a repeatable business, paying you every single month and not just a one-time service. So building an online business is hard, okay? Getting clients to pay is even harder. And keeping clients when most services like SEO takes months is almost impossible. local businesses only really have two choices. So their choice is pay for SEO for 6 months. Okay, let me get a drink. So they pay for SEO for 6 months before they get their first customer. Okay. Or they invest more money than they have into cost per click ads. Okay. Neither are attractive and neither sets you apart from the competition. Plus, they take months or even years to learn how to do properly, where you can actually get results for a business. Until today, you had to learn a skill. You had to become an expert. You had to build a community, or you had to sell like crazy and hope some customers kept paying. Building a real business without an existing skill set was confusing. And this is what I've heard from a lot of people, okay? The hopelessness that you felt when trying to figure this out is normal, especially when you're up against people with decades of experience. Google Business Profiles change that. They let you deliver visible results fast, without technical skills, without any prior experience, without waiting months. This works for any local business anywhere in the world. I'm going to show you something today that's going to let you build a business with very, very, very little effort, without any prior knowledge or skill, that's going to work for your customers so they want to keep paying you month after month for years. That's why this matters, okay? So if I show you, I know in the chat, if I show you a simple 4-step model ranking Google Business Profiles, then I show you how to automate 99% of the work so you can get results for local businesses fast. Will you build a successful business helping local businesses online? Let me know in the chat. And I'm getting yeses over on YouTube. But again, we're pretty quiet over on the webinar jam front. Come on, you guys, give me a yes or a 1 or a 5 or a 7 or a 9, or I don't care what in the box, but the webinar jam crowd today, there we go. We got our first one in there. So business owners, right? And we're getting a few more now. I'm already on it. Business owners will pay happily. Okay, will happily pay you between $200 and $2,000 for this service per month, every single month. They will love what you do for the money. They will remain clients for years, and you will become a successful business owner. Okay. I'm not just going to show you how to rank Google Business Profiles. You're going to get the entire business model. I've got a full client sales kit built around this business model. Okay. You're also going to get today everything you need to build this business from scratch. So this is a very, very special webinar, right? If you're still here at the end, you will have everything you need to start and build your own successful business. In fact, let me show you the video sales letter that I'm going to give you today that helps you sell this to your customers. So this is the exact service that you're going to be able to sell to business owners later today. In fact, this is the exact business model you'll be the owner of today. So imagine, and you're going to get this, I'll give you this later. So imagine you're a local business owner who wants more customers, and this is what you see. Okay, so I'm going to open that up. Let me just click on videos, and if anyone's got any problem with the sound, let me know. I'll just play this. It's only 90 seconds long, but you'll see exactly what I mean. Imagine this at the top of your web page, or you send this to a client. This is exactly what you can offer. You're going to be able to offer.
Want to be number one on Google? Organic rankings take time, expertise, and money, and results aren't guaranteed. And the truth is, number one isn't really number one. But there's a faster opportunity many businesses don't fully take advantage of, mainly because it's free. Google Business Profiles, the local results that often appear above the organic listings. Nearly half of all Google searches have local intent, and Google Business Profiles show up in over 90% of those searches. The issue is most businesses don't consistently optimize their profile. They're not posting updates, not adding photos, not generating reviews, and when reviews do come in, they often go unanswered. That's where Google Business Profile Optimization comes in. We help businesses strengthen and maintain the key signals Google looks for. Reviews, review responses, fresh photos, and regular updates, so your profile stays active, trustworthy, and competitive. We ensure reviews are requested consistently and replied to professionally, helping build credibility and trust before customers even click. We keep your profile fresh with ongoing updates, offers, and photos, so Google sees your business as active and relevant over time. The goal is simple: increase visibility in local search, earn more trust at a glance, and turn more searches into calls, bookings, and inquiries. Because if your profile isn't active, it won't be visible. And the businesses that show up most are usually the ones that stay fresh, consistent, and engaged. Your competitors are staying active, and so should you. Let's get your profile optimized and keep it fresh, consistent, and trusted.
How awesome was that video? 1 second, I think I need to reshare my screen with you guys. Just let me know you can see my screen again. The widgely. Yes. Okay, we've got a few of you guys commenting over here now as well, so everybody's joining. So that's how awesome is that? Yeah, how awesome is that actual video, right? It pre-sells this service in 90 seconds perfectly, okay, for a local business. Today, I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing this. First, the manual way, so you understand the entire process start to finish, okay? So I'm going to walk you through the manual way, and second, the automated way, so you can scale without spending half your life doing what's, well, fulfillment, what I like to call the busy work, okay? The work that we all hate, okay? So once I've showed you this, you can build a real business. You're not missing pieces. You're not guessing what comes next. Everything you need to sell and deliver this service to local businesses who really need it, in fact, who want it and who can afford and are willing to pay for it. That's the important part, okay? There's no point trying to sell things to people that can't afford it. Businesses can afford this. They're willing to pay for it because they're making more money from it. You're going to get everything that you need today. You don't need to learn SEO. You don't need to build a website. You don't need tech skills or experience. You don't need to have run a business in the past. You don't need an email list or anything else. This is designed to work without all of that. So before we go any further, let's look at the opportunity this actually represents for you, okay? Because obviously understanding the opportunity is where it all starts. So I asked Google a simple question, okay? How many Google Business Profile categories are there? The answer is roughly 4,000. That means 4,000 different business types that all rely on Google to get customers. And every single one of those categories has businesses that will pay you for this service. Okay? Businesses are used to paying, on average, between $200 and $2,000 a month for this exact service. I then asked Google how many Google Business Profiles there are in the United States alone. Now, remember, this works worldwide. The answer is somewhere between 18 and 39 million. That's just in the United States. And that number grows every single day as new businesses are created. If you look a bit further down in the middle, let me just wave my mouse over it. You see here, there's actually 215 million Google Business Profiles worldwide. So that's almost 250 million potential prospects. And you know what? When I show you in a little while how easy it is to find people doing this incorrect, you're going to be like, oh my God, so that's almost 250 billion prospects out there. I then asked how many of these businesses actually optimize their profiles. What I found out was most businesses don't actually optimize their Google Business Profile. They may claim it, fill in a few details, and then forget about it. The business at the top do more, okay? So the businesses that's in first, second, and third position, they do more. They post, they add photos, and they respond to reviews. That gap between what most businesses do and what the top businesses are doing is your opportunity in thousands of industries for millions of companies all over the world, okay? So most businesses stop after the basic setups. If any of you got a Google Business Profile, you'll completely understand this because you'll be thinking, that's exactly what I did. That means easy wins for you almost everywhere that you look, okay? You're not fighting against SEO experts. You're literally filling in a gap most businesses are just not consistent enough to benefit from. Here's what we're going to cover today. So first, I'm going to show you how Google itself says Google Business Profiles should be ranked. Yes. Then I'll break it down into a simple 4-step process that anybody can follow. Then I'm going to show you how to do it manually so you can explain to customers what you intend to do for them. And finally, I'm going to show you how this can be almost 100% automated so you can scale to any size business you want with very little effort while staying within Google's terms. Very important, okay? If you start doing this the wrong way, you're gonna run into hiccups. You're gonna get de-indexed. You're gonna get Google Business Profile suspended. You do this the right way within Google terms, it's a massive business opportunity. So when working on Google Business Profiles, the first section is the foundation. Okay, I'm going to show you the 4 areas Google says matter for ranking a Google Business Profile. There's no hacks, there's no tricks, there's nothing technical. It's just simple, repeatable actions that work in any niche. Now, I asked Google directly how you're supposed to rank a Google business profile. And the answer is very, very simple. Complete your profile, post regularly, add photos regularly, get reviews, and then respond to them. That is it. There's only 4 things you need to do. One of them you do once. The rest are simple, ongoing actions. So there's no technical work and there's no guesswork. What a Google business profile, you only need to do these 4 things. So you've got to complete your profile in full. Now, they do make this as complicated as possible on Google, okay? You need to post regularly, once or twice a week. You need to upload photos regularly, once or twice a week, and get reviews, then respond to them. I like to refer to this as the 3 Ps model: posts, pictures, and praise, okay? Post regularly, upload pictures regularly, ask for praise regularly, and respond when you get it. Now, let's look at each step in order, done manually. So you're not going to need to do this, okay, like everybody else has to. You're going to be able to skip this, but to the outside world, this is exactly what it's going to look like you're doing, okay? And you understanding this process makes it easier for you to convince businesses to buy. So I'm going to talk you through the manual steps, because it'd probably take forever if we actually did them, okay? So if we were to run through this manual process, it will probably take about 8 hours to complete. Also, you don't need to take any notes, because I'm going to give you a full sales kit and business model at the end. So you do need to listen carefully, though, because I will be dropping a few bombs that will make a huge difference to your pocket when you start doing this for your own business or for other local businesses. Okay? We all good with that? Give me a 1 or a yes in the box to let me know you're happy to proceed. Hell yeah. Whoa. Okay. Oh, we're getting loads of you guys over on the YouTube one. Whoa. Nice one, guys. Awesome. Okay, then step number 1. Let's jump straight in. Step 1 is setting up the profile properly. So this is a one-time job. You get this right once and everything else works better. So you're going to get better rankings, better conversions, just a better experience for your clients. This starts with the basics. So it's claim and verify the profile. Make sure to use the real legal business name, never keywords. We never, ever use keywords for this. People mistake Google business profiles and websites like the keywords in SEO. It's completely different. There's no SEO involved in Google business profiles, okay? You want to choose the correct primary category and secondary category only if it's relevant. So more is not always better. And decide whether it's an address-based business or a service area business, okay? A SAB, they refer to them as. Never can be both, right? Now, in most cases, a business already has a profile, so this first bit can be pretty much skipped completely, okay? Because you're only really going to want to work with real companies, all right? Next is the contact and the service information. You're going to set the service area clearly so Google knows where you work. You're going to use direct local phone number. So we don't want to be trying to hit with national phone numbers or 800 numbers, all that. And add the website, add a clear business description, and make sure opening hours, okay, are set and special hours are correct. So like bank holidays, weekends, things like that, okay? Finally, you're going to list the service and or products, if they do both, and any relevant attributes. So when I say attributes, things like disabled access and things like that are actually really important for ranking, because it shows you're a real business and it shows people that can actually come to your business and be looked after. Include a booking link in the business if the business uses one. A Google business profile lets customers one-click call, contact, or book appointments with you. That's what's really, really good about it, because to do that on a website is quite technical. Then they've even actually got a WhatsApp messenger on there now, which is really popular in the UK. I don't know if it is as much in the States, but that's it for step number 1. You do all this once, then you move on. Okay, so you never need to do this again. Okay, but it has to be done right the first time round. Step 2 is posts. This is how you show Google that the business is active and relevant, okay? So this is a signal for Google to see that, okay, this business is sending me posts every single day or once a week or twice a week's perfect. You don't need to do it any more than that, okay? So post it for business updates, offers, promotions, events, launches, changes, things like that. Think of it like a notice board you can put anything you want on, okay? So it's nothing fancy, just what's actually happening in the business right now. That's it. That's how simple and quick and easy it is to do. You only need to post about once or twice a week. But remember, now this is very important, okay? Consistency matters more than volume. So we don't want any bursts. You don't want to be posting 50 times today, okay, and then disappearing for months, and not posting for 4 weeks, and then doing 50 and then disappearing. That is a great way of tanking your Google business profile. So what I mean by this is don't post 50 times this week and nothing for 6 weeks. Be consistent, yes? Keep posts short and clear. Use a relevant image whenever possible, and always include a clear call to action. Now, that's not for ranking, okay? The call for action is for conversions, okay? The call to action is what makes the business money, and making a business money is your primary objective, okay? They get paid and they are happy. They keep paying you between $200 and $2,000 a month, or whatever it is you decide to charge them, okay? Because it might be different on industries. You could be charging a lot more. I've got clients charging up to $5,000 a month for this, but it does depend on industry. So make sure posts match what customers actually experience. Remove expired and irrelevant posts, and replace old content over time. Okay, simple. That's posts dealt with, done. Okay, step 3 is pictures. This is instant trust. Okay, it's visual proof that the customer is real and active. Sorry, that the business is real and active. You can even get customers to upload their own images. In fact, we've all probably done it in restaurants and stuff like that, where you take a picture of your meal and upload it to the Google Business Profile. Images boost the profile ranking massively. Okay, so posts don't, images do, but they're both as important as each other in different ways. So photos should show the outside of the business so people recognize it, the inside so it feels familiar. Products or services being delivered should show real work being done, and can contain calls to action so customers take action and buy. Okay, so put writing on images is what I'm trying to say. Now, what I would say though is avoid stock images, okay, if possible. But another caveat, remember, stock photos are still better than no photos at all. Avoid anything misleading and don't use poor quality images. Upload photos when the profile is first set up, then add new photos regularly. This isn't a one and done task, okay? So similar to photos, similar to posts, you do it once or twice a week. But again, be consistent. No bursts, no going missing for weeks, okay? Over time, replace all photos, remove customer uploaded images that misrepresent the business, keep everything up to date. That's it. Step 4. It seems simple enough, doesn't it? Okay. Step number 4 is praise or reviews. This is a trust signal that compounds over time. Okay. So you actively ask for reviews. You ask after a job is completed or a service is delivered. And you make it easy by using a direct review link. Okay, so I'm going to talk more about the direct review links later and show you what one of them looks like. Just what you want is steady reviews over time. Again, this is really important to show that the business is regularly working with clients and regularly requesting testimonials and reviews. So there's no bursts. And again, consistency matters much, 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 much more than quantity. I could show you businesses with 600 testimonials being outranked by people with 12. Okay, all because of that consistency. So much more important. You respond to every single review, thank positive reviews like a human being, and address negative reviews calmly and professionally. If a review mentions a real issue, fix it and keep reviews up to date so the profile doesn't get stale. Monitor reviews so nothing sits unanswered. That's the entire process, guys. That's how technical it gets. Okay, so there's 4 steps. Nothing extra, nothing hidden, nothing technical, nothing you can't do. Fill in the profile once. Posts, pictures, praise, but there's still one massive, huge problem. So next, we're going to look at the hidden killer that takes out most local businesses, which is an opportunity for you. Okay, so the hidden killer isn't difficulty. It isn't knowledge. It's consistency over time. Filling in the profile once is easy, okay? Most businesses do that part themselves when they very first set up their own Google business profile. What they don't do is the consistent ongoing work. So to stay competitive, you need to post around 8 times a month, okay? 1 a week minimum, twice a week ideal. You need to upload photos about 8 times a month. You want to do 1 a week minimum, twice a week is ideal. And you need to chase reviews from every single customers. Okay, so remember, much less than 20% will respond. So this needs to be streamlined as much as possible. This needs to be consistent. And whenever you get a review, you must respond to it. So when you look at doing this manually, Realistically, it looks like this, okay? 20 posts / images per client per month, okay? Reminders need to be set to keep this consistent, and you need to email all their clients for reviews with a direct review link, then respond when you get a review, good or bad, okay? If they get 100 reviews a month, this becomes impossible. On average, this is about 5 to 8 hours of work per client per month. That 5 to 8 hours is mixed up between 20 plus strategically placed reminders so you don't forget or lose consistency. This is where most businesses fall down. Not because it's hard, not because it's complicated, not because they can't do it, but because it's repetitive, manual, easy to forget, and time consuming. Everything I've shown you so far today works manually, okay? But each client will take you 5 to 8 hours per month to look after, and you will need to be extremely well organized. Or if you want, I can show you how to do it in a few clicks with no knowledge, no skill, no tracking ability, no fancy systems to remind you 20 times a month, to schedule a post, add an image, or chase reviews. I'm going to show you how you can do it, all of this for hundreds of customers, paying you between $200 and $2,000 each every single month with less than 60 minutes of work per month per client. Now, in most cases, it's going to take you less than 10 minutes of work, and they will love you for it, okay? The software I'm going to show you in a minute removes friction, saves time, saves money, and makes scaling easy. It basically makes looking after clients so simple, it should be illegal, right? It's that easy, but it's not. It's actually been approved by Google for this exact purpose because it does 100% of what Google asks for, only without any of the mess. Now, we've looked at this the hard way, yes? In fact, we've listed this the hard way, okay? So everything I've just gone through, because showing you the hard way, step by step, would have made this, well, it would have made it a weekend event instead of it being a 60-minute chat, okay? So in the client sales kit built around this business model that I'm going to give you soon, you're going to get a full breakdown of the service so you can share it with a prospect. So literally, you can just send it to a prospect. The same reason you need this software is the same reason your clients will be happy to pay you for this service. They don't want to spend 5 to 8 hours per month doing it themselves. They want it done properly and consistently. They want the results, more leads, more sales, and more clients. To the outside world, it will look like you're working 8 hours per client per month. You'll probably be working 30 to 60 minutes at first, okay, as you get better at this. So, in fact, let me know in the chat, right? If I offered you $200 to do 30 minutes of work, would you do it? Let me know in the chat. In fact, if I offered you $2,000 to do 30 minutes, would you do it? Let me know in the chat. This is what this makes possible at scale. Thousands of businesses are willing to pay you for this service. Most people don't earn $2,000 a week working 40 hours. This enables you to earn $2,000 for less than 60 minutes work over and over and over again. I've got clients charging lawyers and plastic surgeons up to $5,000 a month for this exact service. Now, let me show you the software, okay? I'm going to jump over and do a quick screen share. So what I'm going to do now is I've already connected the profile. I'm going to show you the dashboard of how we would connect all this up. So it's exactly the same as what we've just walked through. So I'm going to show you the dashboard, the posting schedule, imaging schedule, reviews chased by emails, and some of the little bits and bobs. Okay, so let me just drag you over here. So inside of the software that I'm going to show you now is here. So as soon as you connect your business profile, you click on optimization. Okay. Now it gives you a drop down here. As soon as something's outstanding, it will rise to the top. Okay. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to click a drop down here and show you. So it basically tells you, have you done this? And you can just update everything for the client that needs to be updated and nothing that doesn't inside the software. So you can do the testimonial. It tells you exactly what you want. If you want to update the phone number, you go in and update the phone. So these steps are super simple, super easy, right? So you've got your basic information, you got your location and your hours, and you get your products and services. But what's really important down here is the content and the review section. So let me first show you how we would deal with images, because images are super important for rankings, okay? So let me just click on this, and then let me go in here. So we've got, you see this recent photos, last 30 days. Obviously, I've got photos going up on mine because I follow the rules. and it says I've got recent posts in the last 30 days, but I'm going to click on photos first. So normally what you would have to do is set a diary to log in twice a week at different times to upload your images. So what I did yesterday, whilst I was on a chat with some people, is I created 29 images using Canva, okay? So I'm just going to grab those 29 images. I'm going to pull them over to here. I'm going to drop them in there, okay? And as you can see there, it's additional, and it's pulled in all 29 images. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to do one a week. And what are we on now? So we could set this, let's set it to start next week. Yep. And then I can click schedule 29 images. Right. So 29 images means we've just done 6 months worth of work. If I spent about 20 minutes making these images over on Canva, if I then made another 29 images and set that to start again in 2 days, we've just done 6 months worth of work for the images. Done. Now, normally you'd have to log in twice a week, every single week for that. But this is done. As you can see, these are the images we've got on here. And you can see there's not a lot of images. If you actually have a look, this Google Business Profile was set up in December 2026. Sorry, December, maybe that's the 12th of Jan. I think this was set up in December last year. Let me just go back and have a look. 19th of December there. See this? So the very first image was 1970, but that's not true. So the very first image was set up in December, was uploaded in December. I'm telling you that for a reason. I want to show you something in a minute, right? So then what we do is we'd go back to optimization, right? And we'd scroll down. So imagine now, oops, let me click confirm schedule. Before I do that, right, now the schedule's confirmed. Sorry, I forgot to click schedule. I should know what I'm doing. But I only have to come in here once every few months. Right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to optimization. I'm going to scroll down to posts. So let's click recent posts, last 30 days. Yeah, click update. We go into here. I'm going to click. Now I can go in and set up a post here if I want myself, but it's not necessary. Like I said to you earlier, you don't need long posts. You don't need big, massive posts. So what this does now is I click generate with AI. I click on updates. I'll select 12. I'll select, in fact, I'll just let it start from today. In fact, let it start from today. So we've got 12 posts starting here once a week, generate with AI, right? What this does now is this is going over to my website and it's crawling the 10 most recent web pages on my website. So it's crawling through absolutely everything on my website. Then what it's doing is it's going over to the Google Business Profile and it's crawling through everything on the Google Business Profile. And then what it's going to do, it's going to write me 12 posts from scratch that are perfectly relevant for the business. So if you've got a client that's doing accountancy, it'll go over to that accountant's website, it'll read the website and it'll read the Google Business Profile and write them for them. If you've got a client doing painting and decorating, if you've got a client doing roofing, if you've got a client doing electricians, it doesn't matter. Let's click view the post. So as you can see, a business owner was stuck on growth. One question, what is the biggest problem is actually the biggest opportunity. Boom, they saw this niche. So as you can see, these are pending reviews, right? These are written perfectly from my actual website. Okay, absolutely perfectly. So I've got all of those pending reviews now that this has just created for me, which if you look, will be scheduled one a week, every single week. So I can do that once, then I can go back in and start it to schedule it for 2 days from now. And that's just done 3 months work for me. So I don't need to log in again for 3 months, not twice a week, every week, not twice a week, every week on the images. Okay, then the final thing. Now, this is the most difficult thing. Okay, go back to optimization. The most difficult thing is reviews, chasing and finding testimonials and reviews. Okay, if I hit the drop down here, receive reviews in the last 30 days. Okay, so if I go in here and I can see, okay, I've had a review here from Adam Green on the 7th. Would highly recommend Mike Martin business coaching. He's skilled, really helpful to improve credit. So rather than me having to go in and write a response to this, so it tells me up there I've got 3 pending responses. I can just go in and click AI suggest. Okay, this will give me 3 options to choose from. I just select one and click send response. Okay, you can do this for a client because it reads it and it responds to it correctly using AI. So there's really no work for you to do. There's James Dooley. Send response. I've not even bothered reading it, but let me now show you in a second. Is another one. So it said we had 3, didn't it? So we'll send a response on this one. And I'll pick the third one on this time because I picked the first two on the last ones. So as you can see, that's how quick and easy this is to do. But chasing reviews is the hardest thing. So what we've done now is we've made it super simple for anyone to chase reviews from their clients. So what you do is you say to your client, give me a list of all your customer email addresses. This writes an email like this. Absolutely perfect. You got to click on confirm. But then what you can do is you can just take that list that your client sent you of everyone they've sold to this month. You can drop it in here. You click paste and it will send it to up to 200 clients in one click. But what it does is it drips it out over 30 days. And it does that specifically to keep it consistent. So it ranks the Google business profile really, really well. And then all you need to do is log in and click respond. You can log in once, twice a week, once a month if you want, and just click respond to reviews. But if you're getting reviews regularly, consistently, I'm not going to send this because you can see it's example.com. And then my system will be sending out to hundreds of random things for the next 30 days. So I'm going to cancel that. That's how quick and easy you do it. In addition to that, you've got a review widget that you can put on the client's websites. So what I want to show you now is I've set up. So I tell you what we'll write first. Let's just try business coaching. Let's just try in Weymouth, okay? Oh, that's ranked up there. Now, let me jump back over to you guys. So as you can see, the true top of Google is the maps. The very top position in Google here is Mike Martin Business Coaching. I'm against a business here and another business here that's been up for 7 years. But as you can see, I've taken the number one spot in my town out of all these coaches, right? But then if I go up here now and change this from Weymouth to Dorset, what you're going to see for the whole county of Dorset, which includes some really big cities, I'm still the number one ranking business. These have been up 5 years. These have been up for 5 years. Acton Coaching is a massive business coaching company. Okay, but I'm still the number one business. Now, I set this Google business profile up in December, as I've shown you before. Okay, this has been set up a few months. I'm competing with businesses that's been up 5+, 7+ years, and we're beating them hands down every single time. Now, compared to what we looked at manually before, which would you rather do? Yeah, which would you rather do? Would you do it that way, or would you do it with? In fact, let's have a look, right? Let me just check something. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's just see. Right, so I've just typed in business coaching. So it's very, very difficult to rank, almost impossible to rank for a website with single keywords, yes? But I've just typed in business coaching, and mine is the number one business for business coaching in this area. Against a company that's been up 25 years, against another company that I don't know how long they've been up, okay? But mine's the number one ranking business. Now, let me scroll down and show you what I mean by the websites. Okay, so the top website for the keyword business coaching is actually Business Coaching and Mentoring by Tony Robbins. So how many years' work would it take for a website to rank Tony Robbins in my area for business coaching? I've set this up in December, and I'm already kicking his backside. Okay, that's not possible with a website. That is only possible with Google Business Profile, single keyword rankings. Okay, so I'll take you back over to the presentation. Let's just carry on through what we're doing. But just like I said before, it's completely automated. Okay, once you get this started, this business scales effortlessly. It's the same process, more clients paying you every single month. Okay, there's millions of Google Business Profiles in every location, in every industry, everywhere in the world. When someone searches locally, Google shows just 3 Google Business Profiles at the top. Every other profile is hidden. Visibility is everything. And if a business profile is not on the first page of Google, they might as well be invisible. Now, in most cases, businesses aren't focused on their Google Business Profile at all. They set it up once and forget about it, right? Because there's no real rules on how to rank it and how to do it. But as I've just shown you, we've already figured all that out. That creates a gap that you can step straight into. It's extremely low-hanging fruit for businesses that you can get results for fast with very little effort. Even in industries where the top profiles have got hundreds of reviews, profiles from position 4 to 15 will still want help because catching the businesses in front of them feels impossible. But with automation, mass posts, mass pictures, mass review requests by email, and AI responses, okay? For you, it's just clicking the right buttons. Okay, then tell them what you'll do. So it's exactly like I've explained to you on here today. You set the business profile up in the software, log in maybe once or twice a month for 15 to 30 minutes. Easy setup, easy fulfillment, amazing results for local businesses, means long-term paying customers for you. In fact, let's look at a hard industry. So I've just showed you how my GBP is beating out all the competition, right? Let's just have a look at winning businesses in niches that are quite difficult. So if somebody wants to pop in an industry, first person to pop in an industry and a location that's going to be quite difficult. Right, okay, there we go. First one was water damage Houston. Okay, water damage in Houston, right? First person to get in was there. So when we do water damage in Houston, right, I'm going to look at this now. And these are the top rankings. So this is the organic top of Google. It's above all the websites. It's every single time it's above all the websites, right? Now, I want to know if I could jump into this industry and win, right? Or get into the 3-pack. Very, very simply. So I'm looking at this. You've got 130, they've got 16, and they've got 65. These have been up 10 plus years. These have been up 25 plus years, right? So if I go and click on this Google Business Profile now and it pops up, I can see he's got 76 images. So when I click on the images, it's going to tell me here, right, that's been up a month. That's been up a week. That's been up, I don't know how long. That one's been up 3 weeks. That one's been up a month. That one's been up 2 weeks. So he's doing what he needs to do on the images, yes? I'm not going to show you how to check if his profile is completed because that takes ages. The next thing I'm going to do is look at reviews. We're going to scroll down and say, is he chasing reviews? So check this out. 2 months ago, he got a review and he responded to it. In fact, let me just change that to newest so we can see when he's been getting them. So he got one 6 days ago. Yes. Got one 2 weeks ago. Yep. Got one 3 weeks ago. Right. And he's responding to these. This is his responses. So he's doing what he needs to be doing 3 weeks ago. Right. Okay. So he's got 2 out of 3 so far. So this guy is doing quite well. So, but setting up our consistency, the second he drops off, we're going to beat him. Now let's have a look if he's doing posts. So this guy's doing posts 2 days ago, 4th of February, 30th of January, 29th. Right. Now let's check the one underneath him. Okay. So this business has been up 25 plus years and he's now started doing what he needs to do. Now, if he'd been doing this from the outset, he wouldn't only have 76 photographs. He'd have probably 7,600 photographs. Okay. So he's only just started doing what he needs to do, 25 years in business. And this just shows how long Google Business Profiles have been around. Okay. So now I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to do the same. He's got 18 photographs. So his photographs 2 days ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 weeks ago. Okay, so he's doing what he needs to do on photographs. Let's scroll down and look at his post 6 days ago, 3rd of Feb, 29th. So this guy's doing what he needs to do on his posts. Let's have a look at his reviews. And this is how we look at it. So this is going to be a really difficult industry, right? So he's getting reviews. Oh, let me just change that to newest. A day ago. So he got a review yesterday. He's already responded. Beautiful. 5 days ago. So this guy's doing what he needs to do, right? So this guy's beating a business. See this guy here, quite a new Google Business Profile. He's got 16 reviews. So he's not been doing this long, right? Just look at this. He's not been doing it long because he's only got 16 reviews in total. Okay. But he's following the rules. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Now, if I go to United Water Restoration, I can see he's got 65 reviews and he's been in business 10 plus years. If they've both filled out their profile correctly, this business should be winning if they're both doing everything right. So let's have a look. Right, so he's got 81 photographs a year ago, 3 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 years ago. So this guy's still in the 3-pack, but he's not put up images for years. So he's starting to drop because new companies like that one I've just shown you second, that's only got 16 reviews, are doing things now, what we're doing. And this is what, it jumps so fast because you're promoting Google on Google. Does that make sense? Right, so let me just go back now and have a look at this overview of his testimonials. In fact, let's look. Is he doing posts? So his last post was in December last year. And then the one before that was October. So he's not doing many posts. And then if we go to reviews and we scroll down and click newest, we'll be able to see he got a review a week ago, got a review 4 weeks ago, and he is responding. So he's still doing a little bit of what he needs to do, but he's missing out the images, and the images are super, super, super important for ranking. So realistically, if we decided to go for a client that's in this industry, that's positioned 4 or lower, we know by just setting this up for them and letting it run for probably 4 to 8 weeks, we're going to drag any of these businesses down here up above this one in the profile. Now, this is a new business, so he's still super optimistic and still working his backside off to get to the top. We could probably beat all these businesses because they're not doing it perfectly consistently the way I've talked to you about today. But they are in a position where we could very easily, in a very, very difficult industry, water damage, like restoration, is in some cases tens of thousands of dollars per job. Okay. Does backlinking the GBP helping the ranks better? No, Andy. A lot of people tell you it does. You can't kill a Google business profile, but you also don't need to do backlinks and things like that. The typical SEO things that people, even citations, do very little. A lot of people are running around sticking citations on them, which for people who don't know what a citation is, it's a name, address, and phone number of your business that you go and post around thousands of directories without a link, and Google spots you being mentioned all over the internet. They do more, citations do more than actually building backlinks. Building backlinks to your website works. That's another thing altogether. But obviously, you're going to link to your website via your Google business profile. And that'll all be already set up. You don't even need to think about that. 99% of the time, you won't even need to think about the website or the SEO to win at this. Okay? So, now, you've probably got a few questions. Okay? I've seen Andy's question there. But one of the things that I hear a lot, okay, is... Oops, I just switching my slides about a bit there. Is this safe? Will Google shut this down? Okay, or will everyone start doing this? Or, in fact, let me cover a few common questions first before we start jumping. Before I start going on a rant like I always do. So I hear a lot of people saying Google are pulling down Google Business Profile. Now this is true. This is 100% true. Okay, but it's only for fake businesses. The people getting removed were creating fake profiles and abusing them. You're not doing that. You're optimizing profiles for real businesses, okay, using techniques Google is actually asking for. Here's another question that I hear, okay? Will this get saturated? Guys, think about this, yeah? There's roughly 4,000 Google Business Profile categories. This is not businesses. This is business types. And there are up to 39 million Google Business Profiles in the United States alone. And over half of them are not optimized. Okay. And even the profiles that are optimized are usually done badly. So they've got a basic setup. There's no consistency, as we've just seen in that one there. The third one that's been up for 20 plus years, I think it was, or 10 plus years, is actually not doing it right anymore. And we could kick him out of the 3-pack very, very easily. There's no real effort over time. Okay. When we're doing it with the software, that's why the opportunity is still so big. Every business I could find doing anything with automation in Google Business Profiles were focused on spam. Okay. Millions of citations, millions of backlinks, sending loads of traffic and stuff to it. We just read exactly what Google asked you to do, and we've automated it perfectly. So it's a faster route to your desired outcome. You've got a higher chance of success, and there's less effort for you. It really is that simple. We're doing what Google wants us to do, just at scale. Google actually wants you to promote their assets. Google Business Profiles enable one-click calls, messages, and bookings. They usually sit right above websites on the search engines, as I've shown you today. They are the true organic top of Google. So, and these profiles, they don't replace websites, they support them. They help websites rank better, okay, when everything is connected. So for local businesses, they're essential. This is the perfect foot in the door service for starting an agency. So agencies can rank the Google Business Profile fast. The business sees results fast. This makes them trust you and believe in you, okay? Then selling SEO, a website, or anything else becomes easy. You use this as your foot in the door service. Build trust, and these business owners will only want to work with you. Most business owners have been burned, okay? Like probably 99% of business owners have been burned by promises that never work. When you give them results, it's instant trust. Now, let's look at what the actual experts say about Google Business Profiles, okay? So this is Joy Hawkins, okay? She's a local SEO expert, Google Business Profile specialist, all right? She owns Local Search Forum. She owns Local U and Sterling Sky. She says not just number of reviews, but review recency as well, and being able to have a consistent flow of reviews from existing customers is really key. This means consistency. This is why we drip the reviews over 30 days. So you get a good flow of consistent reviews that increase your rankings. All you got to do is send an email to your client once a month and say, send me the emails of all your customers this month, and we'll contact them for testimonials and reviews. You're going to get less than 20%. This is Ben Fisher. He's a Google Business Profile Diamond product expert and an experienced veteran in the SEO world since 1994. Okay. So long time. He says reviews matter. You get your first ranking bump at just 10 reviews. Okay. Even 10 reviews can feel almost impossible for a business to get themselves without sending up to 100 emails asking customers. If you've ever tried to get testimonials and reviews, you'll realize just how difficult it is. You can do this in one click for them inside GBP Optmizer. And this is James Dooley. Okay. He's the owner of FatRank, world-recognized author, SEO expert, local business owner, and has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I text him asking him, what would you say to a local business about Google Business Profiles? Okay. His response to me was, Google Business Profiles are the true organic top of Google for local businesses. What he meant was, if you've ever made a local search on Google, 99% of the time, you will see the maps above all the websites. The number one organic position on Google is almost always a Google map listing. And this is what you can now offer to local businesses. Better rankings than's even possible from any website on its own. Okay. Every business wants to be at the top of Google. Now you can offer them exactly that. Okay. So it's exactly what they want, as long as they're happy to pay you a fee every single month for the privilege. Okay. Now, another question I hear a lot is, and I hear this both from business owners and agencies, will Google penalize these profiles? The answer is no, because we're not doing anything Google doesn't like. Everything you've seen is exactly what Google asked businesses to do. We've integrated with Google, hence why you can connect Google Business Profiles and follow their rules. And then Google have looked at the software that we've got, and it's been approved by Google to do this properly. So this has been approved by Google. This is not something where we're just throwing something up and it's throwing a load of spam or a load of links, and you're going to get cut down in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. It's not. It's been approved by Google. Another question I hear a lot is, are companies making money doing this? The answer is yes, right? It's a big fat yes. There's actually agencies making money doing this. There are actually agencies doing 7 figures a month built entirely around Google Business Profile optimization. But more are needed because there's a huge gap in the market. Like the first place we just pulled up a minute ago, we could have taken any of position 4 to 15 and put them in the 3-pack in a matter of weeks. Okay. More are needed right now, and thousands of new Google Business Profiles pop up every single day, like every single day of the week. Okay. Google Business Profile optimization companies all do the exact same thing. When you strip it back, they fill in the profile, they write and schedule posts, they upload and share images, and they chase and respond to reviews. Everything else they talk about on their websites is just another way of describing those 4 actions. It's dressed up to sound complicated, but it isn't. And here's the advantage for you. A lot of those agencies are doing this manually. You're not. You have access to software that removes almost all the effort. Okay. You've access to software that lets you do more in a day alone than probably 10 members of staff could do in a week. Think about what I've just done a minute ago. That would have taken 8 to 10 hours. And I was talking through it and explaining it to you. And it still took us, what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Okay. So why should you do this right now? Why choose this over anything else if you're trying to build an online business? Well, you can get started with almost no money. You don't need technical skills. Okay. You don't even need your own website. You get results fast. The proof is on Google. So the proof helps you get more sales and more clients over time, because you can show them, I'm working with this guy, I'm working with this guy, I'm working with this guy. And you can show them, look at them ranking at the top of Google for every search. You're not guessing how Google works. You're following a checklist, but you look like a real expert. You're not dependent on ads. You're not chasing platforms. You're working with an asset Google wants to push. You're pushing Google on Google. That's why it works so fast. Websites can take months to rank because Google needs to figure out who they are and what they do and where to rank them. It's not the same with Google Business Profiles because it's built on Google. Okay, you build confidence from real results. You don't need to set up domains or hosting. You can repeat the process over and over and over again. The process is actually identical for every single business. What did Bruce Lee say? Does anyone remember what Bruce Lee said? In fact, let me get a drink. Well, we'll see if anyone can pop in what Bruce Lee said. I do not fear the man who practiced 1,000 kicks once. I fear the man who practiced one kick 1,000 times. You're going to do the exact same thing over and over and over and over again. We're going to make you the Bruce Lee of Google Business Profiles. It's as simple as that, okay? Your wins compound over time, and you become very hard to replace once you're good at this. You can turn this into a full agency. You can move into SEO, web design, Google Ads, or anything else you want to sell to help local businesses. You can do this in any industry you want. You've got 4,000 business categories to choose from. You can do this anywhere in the world. You've got 215 million prospects to choose from. And this number grows every single minute of every single day. Google Business Profiles are the true organic top of Google for local businesses. Google Profiles are being integrated into AI search right now. Google Profiles are the fastest way to rank for single keywords like locksmith, plumber, roofer, electrician, accountant, lawyer, landscaper, business coach, like I've shown you before. And Google Business Profiles are the fastest way to rank for near me keywords. So single keywords and near me keywords by far get the most search for local businesses online and can take years to rank for using local business websites. This is why every local SEO expert on the planet, including me, target location modifiers like London, New York, and Miami for their clients' local business websites. But with Google Business Profiles, you rank for single keywords and near me keywords in just a few weeks. I mean, I've just shown you how I beat Tony Robbins in 2 months. Okay. This alone sees massive numbers of new inquiries for your local business clients. This is why local businesses will pay you $200 to $2,000 a month for this service without blinking an eye. And this is why they will keep doing it month after month for years. This doesn't just help you build a side hustle. This helps you build a real business with real customers, happy to pay you every single month for as long as you want to offer them the service. So let's do a quick recap, okay? Today, I've just showed you how Google Business Profiles actually rank. I broke it down into, a simple 4-step process, which is complete the profile, posts, pictures, and praise. And I showed you how you can do it in any local industry anywhere on the planet. You've literally got, 215 million prospects worldwide, and you can help all of them. Like, there are very few out there. You just do some searching yourself and find people that are doing this consistently and check if their profiles are actually filled out correctly. 99% of profiles are not, even if you think they are. The software makes sure you do that right every single time without any knowledge. You've seen how this can be done manually. You've seen how it can be automated. You've seen the size of the opportunity and how this naturally builds you your own real business. You've got 2 clear paths forward. Now, you can build this business manually using what I've taught you on here today, and maybe you'll be successful if you're super organized and happy to work 5 to 8 hours per client per month. Or you can use GBP Optmizer and also get some additional assets which almost guarantee your success. So even if you've got no experience, no skills, I've never run a business before, and only want to work 10 to 20 minutes per client per month, you can manage clients paying you $200 to $2,000 a month in just a few minutes. In fact, quick question. How many $2,000 a month clients would change your life? Let me know in the chat. How many 2,000? Would it be 2? Would it be 1? 2? Would you trade 2 hours of your time for $4,000? Let me know in the chat. Now, that'd be the first month. Yeah? That's exactly what this makes possible. At scale. At scale. So the choice is yours. Go it alone or automate the whole thing with GBP Optmizer and get the full support of me and my team. Now, before you make that decision, let me quickly show you what I've got for you. Okay? So I'm going to quickly show you what I've got for you. Introducing Google Business Profile Optimizer, or GBP Optmizer. It's the only practical way to manage Google Business Profiles at scale. It automates the work Google rewards. It removes manual fulfillment without removing results. And it keeps profiles active without you having to touch them much. Okay, I'll just put a much modifier on the end there. I'm going to give you a special deal today. One so good you can get your business off the ground profitably with just one paying client. One so good you can take on new clients and undercut all the competition. One so good you might find it impossible not to succeed. Now, if you go to my website right now, gbp.3local.com, do not go there. But if you did go to there right now, you'll see the standard pricing for an agency managing up to 10 Google business profiles is $99 a month or $999 a year. That's already ridiculously good value when you consider most businesses pay between $200 and $2,000 a month for this service. And this enables you to manage, optimize, and automate 10 local businesses paying you every single month. But because you're on this webinar right now, okay, I'm going to start by cutting that in half. So the first thing I'm going to do is you're going to get $49 per month or $499 for the year. Okay. When you go to 3local.com/Matt. Okay. I've just dropped it into the chat for you guys on the webinar platform and over on YouTube. Okay. So when you go to 3local.com/Matt right now. So this works at less than $5 per client per month. If those clients are paying you between $200 and $2,000 a month each, then when you land just one paying client in the next 30 days, using the business model I'm going to give you very soon, that single client will more than cover the entire cost. Everything after that is 100% clear profit. You can lock this deal in right now, but you're only guaranteed a spot whilst we're live. So you need to go to 3local.com/Matt right now and take your first step to online success. Here's what you're going to get. Okay. So you're going to get an agency account for up to 10 Google business profiles. You can connect up to 10 Google business profiles at any one time. You can generate content using AI. You can schedule posts and write them with AI. You can schedule images up to 50 in a few clicks, and you can bulk request reviews, then manage reviews with AI responses. Everything you need to handle the ongoing work without doing much manually. There's almost no manual work involved. You can create content in bulk, set posting schedules, set image schedules, and send unlimited review request emails that will be dripped out over 30 days just by pasting a list of customer email addresses into the box. All of that for just $49 a month or $499 a year if you want to save an extra 2 months. But wait, I've got more for you. So bonus number one, okay, the first bonus I have for you when you sign up is the full client sales kit and business model. Everything you need to start and run this business for yourself. This includes, okay, the pitch script. This tells you exactly what to say to customers. The prospecting script. This teaches you how to find the perfect clients fast. And the cold calling script, which tells you exactly what to say if you decide to pick up the phone. Okay, you don't have to do that. You can just message these guys. Not only that, you get the service overview, which lays out exactly what you offer to your customers, the meeting agenda, which keeps you on track and closes clients efficiently, and a proposal template, which helps you convert quotes into cold, hard cash, just like a real professional. Not only that, you get the lead tracking sheet so you can never get confused, the review request template to collect emails so you can copy and paste all your client emails into the software in seconds, and a 30-day plan to your first paying client. This is a step-by-step checklist you just follow to get your first paying client in the next 30 days. All this is included free. This is a free gift when you buy GBP Optmizer today at 3local.com/Matt. So you get 50% off and everything you need to build your own business. So what you get today is the pro version of GBP Optmizer, normally $99 a month, just $49 a month. That's less than $5 per client per month and completely free for taking action today. You're going to get the client sales kit and business model. So you've got everything you need to build this business right now. Not only that, as a special bonus for buying today, you're going to get the review widget you saw earlier. So if you was looking at my site earlier, let's go over to 3local.com and I'll show you it in action. it looks like this on the website, okay? When you go into the software, you go into this here. We're going to automatically put this in your account. You copy that, paste it into the website, and it does this automatically on the website. So I think I've got it closed on my coaching site. Let's have a look. Right, Martin.coach. You've got my coaching site. See, I have it minimized, or you can have it maximized. You just set that up inside of the system, okay? So you can add this to a client site we want. So basically all you have to do is you paste that little bit of code into the footer, and everything else it collects reviews. It displays those reviews on the website. It feeds them back into the Google Business Profile. In fact, let me just quickly show you something else. When you click it as well, it's got this cool little feature. Watch this. If I click it, boom, the stars pop up straight away. So it's not a standard share link. It's actually a direct review link, which means the stars pop up and it gets you more reviews because people don't have to search around to find out where it is. It feeds them back into your Google Business Profile, and it helps you rank your client's profile even more hands-free. Okay? So, and you can reply to those reviews with one click using AI. So you don't have to know what you're talking about. This is what removes friction completely. Google Business Profile Management doesn't get any easier than that, okay? So what you're going to get today is the pro version of GBP Optmizer, normally $99 a month for just $49 a month. This is enough to service your first 10 customers, and free for taking action today. You're going to get the client sales kit and business model. So you've got everything you need to build this business right now, plus to make collecting reviews even more automated, okay, then dropping a list of emails in a box and clicking go. We're going to give you the review widget 100% free for signing up today. It will be inside your account waiting for you. Bonus number 3 is the professional video sales letter. Rather than talking about how awesome this is, okay, rather than explaining how this sells this service for you in 90 seconds, or how it makes your web package look probably super professional, I'm just going to show it you again, okay? I'm just going to show it you one more time. It's only 90 seconds. So I'm going to go back over to the videos, and I'm just going to drop that in and share it one more time, just so you can remember how good this was, because this, you're getting this exact same one. Let me just open it.
Want to be number 1 on Google? Organic rankings take time, expertise, and money, and results aren't guaranteed. And the truth is, number 1 isn't really number 1. But there's a faster opportunity many businesses don't fully take advantage of, mainly because it's free. Google Business Profiles, the local results that often appear above the organic listings. Nearly half of all Google searches have local intent, and Google Business Profiles show up in over 90% of those searches. The issue is, most businesses don't consistently optimize their profile. They're not posting updates, not adding photos, not generating reviews, and when reviews do come in, they often go unanswered. That's where Google Business Profile Optimization comes in. We help businesses strengthen and maintain the key signals Google looks for: reviews, review responses, fresh photos, and regular updates, so your profile stays active, trustworthy, and competitive. We ensure reviews are requested consistently and replied to professionally, helping build credibility and trust before customers even click. We keep your profile fresh with ongoing updates, offers, and photos, so Google sees your business as active and relevant over time. The goal is simple: increase visibility in local search, earn more trust at a glance, and turn more searches into calls, bookings, and inquiries. Because if your profile isn't active, it won't be visible. And the businesses that show up most are usually the ones that stay fresh, consistent, and engaged. Your competitors are staying active, and so should you. Let's get your profile optimized and keep it fresh, consistent, and trusted.
Sorry guys, just had to share my screen again. How cool is that video? Now just think, when you've got proof as well, because you've already got clients and stuff like this from what you've been doing with this, just think how easy it is going to be to convert clients with that, and proof from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other businesses that are all ranking in the 3-pack, that are all generating loads of leads, that are all getting loads of clients, that are all above the websites in Google. So what you're going to get today is the GBP Optmizer Pro, the client sales kit and business model, the on-site review widget, and the video sales letter. Plus, every single month on the first Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. UK time, which is an hour later than we started today, I personally open up a live walkthrough training for free local softwares. Okay. I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know. Then I will personally, this is not my staff, this is me. I'm going to personally answer all of your questions, help with any areas that you're struggling, and even help you pitch this if you're struggling. Okay. So I can help you with pitching it and everything like that. You're going to have full access to my support desk, which is manned Monday to Friday. This is a special training just for you to help you succeed, to help you sell, to help you scale, to help you with pretty much anything you need. Now, I charge $500 an hour for my time on my one-to-one coaching. You're going to get access to me every single month, completely free of charge. Now, I'll go on to there and I'll spend 3 hours on there, 5 hours on there, whatever I need to make sure I've answered all your questions and gone through everything that you need help with. Okay? So what you're going to get today is GBP Optmizer Pro, the client sales kit and business model, the on-site review widgets, the video sales letter, and live access to me every single month. Buy GBP Optmizer Pro today at half price and get the client sales kit and business model, the on-site review widget, the video sales letter, and live access to me every single month, 100% free. Now, let me be absolutely clear about the offer. This is software that automates Google Business Profile Management. You can manage up to 10 clients. Posts, photos, and reviews are handled for you. This is built specifically to help you scale an agency. This replaces manual posts, replaces manual images, replaces manual review chasing, and tens of hours of fulfillment for each client every single month. On top of the software, you're also getting the full client sales kit designed on the business model that I've shared with you today. When you add everything together, the software, the automation, the client sales kit, the video sales letter, the review widget, and live access to me every single month, this is a complete thought through business just for you. All you've got to do is follow the steps laid out for you. And even if you struggle with anything, no matter how small, okay, you get live access to me every single month. And I'm going to personally help you. Okay, so if all this did was help you start your first real business, would it be worth $49 a month? Yeah. If all this did was save you 5 to 8 hours per client per month, would it be worth $49 a month? If all this did was help you close clients faster because the proof is public, okay, on Google, would it be worth $49 a month? If all this did was let you scale without hiring staff or outsourcing fulfillment, would it be worth $49 a month? Okay. If you follow the steps, you could have your first client fast. One client covers the entire program cost multiple times over. So every client after your first one is 100% clear profit. This business is low ticket, okay, to enter for a reason. I want you to succeed. I want you to make money. I want you making profit. And basically, I want you with hundreds of clients paying you every single month. $49 a month from you is not going to help me. In fact, $49 a month from you will probably cost me at first because of all the help and support you're going to get from me and my team. But here's where I win. I win when you win. I win when you no longer need me, okay? I win when you can afford to pay for 100 clients. But I never win if you don't make a complete success of yourself. That's why I want you to be successful. That's why I want you to make money. And that's why you should go to 3local.com/Matt right now. And let's take this journey together. The first 10 clients, okay, might be life-changing for you. But I need you to have 100 clients, okay, paying you between $200 and $2,000 a month, because that's when your success also becomes my success. So for you right now, get everything you need for just $49 a month or $499 for the year. There's no contracts. Cancel anytime you want. Keep the video sales letter and sales kit, okay, if this is not for you. But as the webinar title says, this really is the simplest business you can start right now that pays you every single month and helps local business. The cost is ridiculously low, so you can get started and make money from client number one. And the effort needed to make this work is almost non-existent, especially compared to the return on investment you get. You're not building sites, writing code, or managing campaigns. You're not making YouTube videos or building an email list. You're setting up the system and letting it run. No experience needed, no prior knowledge needed, almost no effort needed. We've already done everything for you. This isn't costing you $49 a month because you're in profit after client number one. The real cost is not doing this, staying manual, staying slow, and losing time and opportunities every single second you don't do it. There's no risk here. The business model works. It's not a gimmick or a hack. It's a real business. It won't just work this week or this month or even this year. You can turn this into a real business, a business you can pass down to your kids. You can build generational wealth if you want to build it big enough, or you might just want 10 grand a month. Okay. That also works. This lets you do both. Build a real business or just take some recurring cash. You're not committing to anything long-term, but if you don't try right now, you will never know what could have been. So get to 3local.com/Matt right now. This pricing and the bonuses are only for you right now. Once this is gone, it's gone. There are real limits here. Support, onboarding, and usage. Once it's full, it's full. Once I pull this down, okay, you miss out. If you're wondering whether this will work, you can do this for any local business, anywhere in the world. You're just following exactly what Google asked businesses, real businesses, to do. And we're automating it for you as much as Google lets us without breaking any of the rules. Everything you need is at 3local.com/Matt. Now, before we wrap it up, I want to be clear about something. This includes absolutely everything you need to succeed. So the software, the sales kit that includes a 30-day step-by-step to your first paying client, the video sales letter, the review widget, and monthly live access to me personally. When you buy the software today at 3local.com/Matt, you get everything else you need to build your own successful business doing this for local businesses in any niche, in any country. Your average price is from about $200 to $2,000 per month per client, dependent on industry. While other people are struggling to make their first money online, you'll be building a real business where customers pay you every single month and your clients are not people who need a few quid. Think about that. These are real business owners who can afford $200 to $2,000 a month long term. That's less than they pay for a single member of staff, but I guarantee no member of staff will be bringing in anywhere near the revenue you can do for them. Go to 3local.com/Matt right now and get this deal while you still can. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to answer any questions you might have, okay? So if you've got questions, in fact, let me open the questions on this one and on the other one. If you've got questions, please add 3 question marks. So I won't go through all of the history. Please add 3 question marks and answer any questions that my team have sent during the webinar. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, because we've had a lot of questions over on the YouTube channel, but YouTube's much busier. So I'm going to answer the questions that was put onto YouTube first. Then I'm going to dig through and find questions starting with 3 question marks only on the webinar platform, if that's all right with you guys. So my first question I can see is, how do you know if you can win in a location? Okay, well, we went through that before, so my team might have passed me that a little bit earlier, but I've shown you before. I think we did water damage somewhere in Texas, okay? And I've just shown you how easy it is to go and find where businesses are not being consistent. I also shown you where a business with 16 reviews was outranking someone who's been in business 25 years with about 100 and something reviews. That just shows that using this strategy means you can kill the big boys. You can beat the big guys. Okay. Is it half price for every month? Yes, it certainly is. It's $49 a month, and that's all you will ever pay for your first 10 clients. How much should I charge for this service? Most people charge about $500 a month for it. That's on average. Locksmiths, plumbers, roofers, electricians. You might be able to charge $500 a month easier. Lawyers, dentists, plastic surgeons, they'll pay thousands for this service. Okay. Mike, if you were doing this yourself, what would you find businesses? How would you find businesses? Sorry, that was me reading it wrong. It wasn't you writing it wrong. Mike, if you were doing this yourself, how would you find? To be honest, right, what I'd do is I'd go and get my first. This is exactly how I'd do it. This is how quite a few other people have done it as well. I'd go and get my first paying client and tell them I want testimonials and reviews as soon as they're in the 3-pack. And I'd do it what I'd call at cost. I'd do it for $99 a month. Find my first client for $99 a month. And then what I'd do is I'd go to businesses and say, look, I'm the best at this. I'm going to put somebody right at the top of the 3-pack, right, over the next 6 months. But I want to work for you for free. But when I get you in the 3-pack, you pay me $1,000 a month, right? Deal. And most businesses, there's no sales there. Most businesses will be like, wait, so you're not going to charge me anything to put me there, but once I'm there, I pay you $1,000 a month. And it's like, yeah. And I just go to high ticket industries like water damage and things like that, where they're making an absolute fortune. That'd be my strategy. So why would you target positions 4 to 15? Okay, I wouldn't just target positions 4 to 15. I would target anybody on this. But even if somebody's in position number 1, if they're doing it manually, they're spending 8 hours a month doing exactly this. You take over for $1,000 a month. That means they've got 8 hours they can work with clients. So I wouldn't just do the 4 to 15. Let me have a look. Is this beginner friendly? Or if I've never done SEO or local marketing? Yes, it's literally, okay, it's not like traditional SEO. You're following a 4-step process. Google tells businesses to do this. Okay, there's no technical background required. It's literally filling the profile, pictures, posts, praise. It's that simple. How quickly could I realistically get my first paying client? Well, we've put in there a 30-day to your first paying client. Most people who take action land the first clients in the first 30 days, multiple clients. It's a very sought after service because most people don't do it, but most people have searched for their own business, right? And when they search for their own business in their own area and they've got a website that they're paying $1,000 a month SEO or some even more in some cases, and even if they're the number 1 position on Google, every time they go and search, let's say Plumber London or Roofer Miami or whatever it is, yeah, they see the 3 business maps listings above them and their competitors are sitting right there, right at the top of Google, because the number 1 position is actually number 4. And there's 3 Google Maps nearly always above you. Okay, so this beats even the number 1 spot in Google. What kind of business does this work for? Any local business that wants calls, messages, and bookings. So trades, services, clinics, shops. If they've got a Google business profile, it will work for them. Okay, if they've got a local business Google business profile, it wouldn't work for Coca-Cola, wouldn't work for Nike, it wouldn't work for Microsoft, and they'll all have them, but it will work for any local business trying to rank in their local area with their local business. Does that make sense? Okay, let's have a quick look, see what other questions we've got. So just purchase the yearly plan. What happens if you go over the 10 licenses? You just go and purchase another license, and then the additional 10 will be added to your account, Paul. So as soon as you just purchase the yearly, you just literally click a button, click upgrade. You can upgrade from 10 to 20, and then you carry on. Can you upgrade later from 10 businesses to 20 by doing right? No. So just let me explain something. There's a special on here today at $49. You can buy this multiple times today. So if you look at this and think, right, I've got 15 clients I want to put on here straight away, then just buy it twice for the $49 with the same email, and they'll both go into the same account. Okay. If you've got 50 clients you want to put on this, then buy 5 accounts at $49 a month. And that way you've got all 50 clients covered at $49 a month. When you upgrade later, this special offer is for today. It's for Matt's webinar. When you upgrade in the future, it will be $99 a month, and all of the additional bonuses wouldn't be included, but you won't need them then because you'll already have them and you'll be using them and doing exactly what you need to do with them. What you will keep getting at the $99 a month will be the review widget for your clients as well. Let me come down here. I'm sorry, I'm looking at both whilst I'm chatting to you. Do you think contractors like roofers will pay £500 per month for this? Yes, Paul. I do, definitely. But what I have found, it's a lot easier to get money out of people in the States than it is to get money out of people in the UK. So if you want to charge 500 quid, you might be better to charge $600 or $700 a month and sell this to roofers in the United States. There's much more space, there's much bigger houses, roofing jobs are much more expensive, and it's a much more competitive industry over there because in the States it's a lot more, well, it's a lot more difficult to rank and stuff like that. But with the Google Business Profiles, we checked a United States one before in the water damage. They're worth thousands, them jobs. And I know I could put up a Google Business Profile for a business in that area and have it ranking in the top 3 within maximum 2 to 3 months. Easily. It's got to be a real business though. Okay. Don't try using these lead gen ones and fake sites and all that. Real companies this works for. How much time does this actually take per client? Okay, we kind of just answered that. So with some clients, it's a matter of weeks. I put my Google Business Profile up in December, and I'm already outranking businesses that's been up there for 25 years. So it depends how competitive the niche is, but if they're not being consistent, you will always end up winning. Is there any risk of Google penalizing this? No, because you're not doing anything. You're doing exactly what Google wants you to do. Can I cancel the software if I decide it's not for me? Yeah, there's no contract in place. Just click cancel. And you can keep the Google Business Profile. Sorry, you can keep the video sales letter and the training. I think I've hit the last question there, guys. I flew through those questions pretty quick. If anybody's got any additional questions, want to ask me anything, stick 3 question marks before you question. If it's on the webinar platform, you don't need to. Okay, I've actually got some from Paul there that I haven't got the 3 question marks on. One sec. When we log in, it says connect your GBP. Right. So what you do is, let me show you something. So if I go over to here, in fact, let me go over business. Did I search business coaching there? Didn't I? You see when I click this one? If I go to here, I believe it's here. Right, edit the business information. It's opened up somewhere else. I can click on here and I can add people to my Google Business Profile. That's all you need to do. Okay, so you just add, so you get your clients just add you to their Google Business Profile. So you connect your Gmail email inside of the profile. It's all in the training anyway. It tells you step by step exactly how to do it. But you connect the Google Business Profile, your Gmail email, and then you give them your email address and say, just approve this to work on your Google Business Profile, and I'll deal with everything. As soon as you click connect, it'll automatically open it up in your account. Because I've got multiple accounts in mine, but I think this was set up as, this is set up as a demo account. So this has not got any of the thingy ones. I think we've got other accounts that are in our workspaces. But so you just literally, once somebody approves me, like that one belongs to mike@3local.com, but that I've added it on my Gmail email and it just shows up in my account then. So it's dead simple. Do they have a problem dealing with UK agencies? No, I sell most of mine to the United States. Most of my clients are in the US, Paul. Like nearly everybody I deal with is in the US. Connect your GBP. Does this mean we have used one license? No, it doesn't. Sorry. When you log in and you click on it, it doesn't mean you've used one license. You're connecting your Google. You can connect all your different Gmail emails to it, all your different email addresses. You can connect 20 of them if you want. It's based on how many Google Business Profiles you pull in. So what you'll do is, once you've connected this to a client Google Business Profile, and it's in the business model for you, you give them your email address. They connect your email address to their Google Business Profile. So when they go in to manage their business, they just add you as a user. And as soon as they add your email address as a user, it'll pop up in your account. You click refresh, and then you just click add, and it'll just add it into your account. So you could see 50 of them inside your account, but you can connect simultaneously 10. I came in late, but purchased again. What makes these businesses show up for different surrounding cities? We use a tool called 3Local for that, Keith. But I would focus first on getting a couple of clients for your Google Business Profile, and then coming in when you want to learn that on the monthly live training that I do, and I'll walk you through that. Don't try and get to the end of the marathon. Get the first 5K out of the way first, and just pick up a few clients. And then I'll help you with that. As you start to grow your business, I'll tell you everything you need to know. Okay? Anything else, guys? I'm not seeing much from any end now. So I'm just going to say thank you very, very much for having me on today, Matt. Is Matt still here, or has he left us?
I'm still here, mate. I am still here. So, I'm still listening. Here I am.
Oh, there we go. I'm back on now as well. Thank you very much for having me on. It's been awesome.
Thank you for doing this. Yeah, one last note for anyone on this webinar right now, you pick it up, let me know, because I will also give you a copy of my 48houragency.com offer, which is basically an agency website with some extra services that you can offer. Just so you've got, if you haven't got a website already, obviously you don't need it. What Mike is providing, you can actually put a sales page on your domain, you're up and running. But if you want to add extra things, have a full built-out agency website, I'm going to throw in 48houragency.com as well, the offer that's on there. So an extra bonus because you're here today. That's it.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you very, very much. Cheers for having me.
Thank you. That was a good crowd, lots of questions, and yeah, fantastic. I've literally been using this, and when someone asked about what do I do when I hit 10 clients, I was paying attention to that answer as well, because I don't think that's going to take long. This is just so good.
It's so easy to set. Do you know what, right? But when it really starts to take off is when you can show proof, like what I've just shown you tonight, where I was outranking Tony Robbins. That's ridiculous. I mean, that guy's been doing coaching for 25 years and I'm outranking it, which is brilliant for a single keyword, not with a location modifier. When you can show stuff like that to clients, like once you've done this for a couple of businesses, 2 or 3 businesses,
and those screenshots of results proof you can use as your pictures for your own GBP.
Mate, you don't even need to do that. You can show the clients, look, search this, search this, search this. Yep. That's my client, that's my client, that's my... And all of a sudden they're like, wow. I mean, some people will say search this and they'll be tricking them. It'll be a different client, but somebody else's Google business profile. But when you've got legitimate results, it gives you that confidence where you can just sell it to anybody. It's so easy. Every business wants it. Every business needs it. It's the true organic top of Google. It's better than having a website at the top of Google because these 3 always, as you see when I was doing the searches, it always outranks everything. And the reason we got into it, but like, because we've always done websites for years, we've always done SEO, we've always done local marketing, was very simply that we've seen that now Google are starting to show up the Google business profiles in the AI search, and not so much the websites, but the websites that are connected to a Google business profile. So it's kind of like, it's becoming essential for these businesses. And a lot of them are like, we don't know what to do. They fill in the profile and then it sits on page 50 and they don't know what to do next.
It comes down to those. Google is looking to ensure that it is a real business. And that comes down to those consistent signals that you're mentioning right back at the start. It's, someone in the questions was saying they'd found someone else's site where they'd been going for years, but they'd obviously stopped posting photos and reviews. So they can be beaten using this process because Google basically wants to know it's a real business. Consistently turning up with that information, posts, reviews, pictures. That's what shows Google that you're real and that you're still there, or that the business is real and still there. So that's what they're looking for. It's as simple as that.
That is exactly what it is. Google wants you to promote Google, but it wants to promote active live businesses. It's like you can rank a Google website just by sending lots of traffic to it. Okay, Google business profile is the same, but it doesn't want to see the traffic. It wants to see the consistency from the business owner. As soon as it sees that consistency, you outrank anyone. I mean, don't get me wrong. Things like restaurants and hotels are very, very difficult. They stay consistent. They're the most difficult Google business profiles, but everything else is fair. All home services businesses, every single home service business, almost all small office businesses like accountants and lawyers and dentists, they've got like 600-700 reviews. But when you look at it, they're not doing anything consistent, only the reviews. So you can still jump up and beat them. It's crazy. Like some of the results that people are getting on this is just amazing.
Makes all the difference.
Best thing I've ever done. I can say that confidently. This is the best thing I've ever done in 17 years of being working online. 17 years online, and this is the best thing we've ever done for businesses to be able to just go bang and absolutely smash it out the park within a matter of 4 to 6 weeks. They're already generating loads of money, and it's consistent monthly revenue. It's not, I've just made $1,500, and then next week it's like, I've not made anything, or I've got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Get 10 clients and you can stop working. Yeah. It's that simple.
And it's ongoing. You keep them there. They're willing to keep paying. It's as simple as that.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Anyone got any more questions before we jump off? If you do, speak up quickly because I'm going to let Mike go so he can go and have some tea.
Paul's using it on his own Google business profile already. Go on, Paul. So you can push up a business up the Google business profile just with the optimizer, then at least in itself. Yes, you don't need to do anything else. That's all I've done. If you check out that mikemartin.coach, I don't think I've got any backlinks. I don't think I've got anything with it. If you actually search it from America, right? If I search like business coaching in Dorset in America, you see it right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean because I've got my service area set as the United States and the United Kingdom, like all of it. So it's not got a location like a normal local business. I'm still outranking everybody because I'm staying consistent with what I'm doing. But the reason it shows it in the Atlantic Ocean is because it's not really got an area or an address or anything. So like if I was to go in and actually do everything exactly properly as I should do it and say that I was an office based in that location, I would be by far outranking everybody else. Like by far, but I've just not bothered. But trying to get real pictures from businesses is a good idea. As much as you can. Avoid, like what I do is I go to my website. So I'll go onto here. And what I did is I grabbed this here like that. And then I clicked copy it. It's popped up over there where you guys are. And then what I did is I stick that in the middle of a Canva image. And then I put different backgrounds behind it and just make loads of them because that's a good call to action on an image. So Google likes stuff with writing and call to actions on it. Google sees a thingy with the price because I don't sell my one-to-one coaching direct. So people who want to get my one-to-one coaching, they have to fill in thingy, do an intake form. Then they have to come to the group coaching. And once you've come to the group coaching, where is it? Can't even find it. Oh, here it is. Then you get to the one-to-one, but it's $2,000 a month. That's what I was saying before. You guys are going to get free access to me every single month as well. And that's because I want to make you successful because I'm not making nothing off you paying me $49 a month. I don't start making loads of money until you've got 100 clients and you're paying me for 100 a month. Then I'm like, okay, you pay me $500 a month or $1,000 a month. It won't matter to you by then because you'll be making 20, 30, 40 grand a month. But it'll also be enough for me to then say, okay, this is profitable. I've got to make you successful. Otherwise, I'm not making any money. It's as simple as that. And we all need to make money and be in business. So cheers, Matt. Thanks for having me,
Cheers.
mate.
Thank you very much, Mike. Really appreciate it. Thank you for everyone turning up, coming along and spending time with us. Let's call it a day because I could go and have something to eat.
Yep, same here. I'm going to go and have some tea. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.
See you later, everybody. Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.